Speed, gravity, weight, force of impact, the laws of physics rule the highway.
Let's see what physics does have to do with driving. In physics, we talk about a lot of stuff like acceleration, velocity, forces, energy, momentum, stuff like that. Your car has energy as it drives along the road, and if you have to get rid of that energy, you have to use your brakes and things like that. So that's what we want to talk about here. Well, to kind of set that up, let's just think about a little scenario. You're driving home from school, you're driving past a park or a school or something like that where there's a big parking lot, lots of cars all parked there side by side, and kids are playing a baseball game. And the catcher misses the ball, and here comes the ball rolling out into the road, and you've got to stop. And here comes that catcher running in front of you. Suppose you're going 20 miles an hour. That's a fairly typical speed in a situation like that. How far do you go in stopping? Well, there are really two parts to the stopping process. The first part has strictly to do with you and your body.
Reaction time is the amount of time it takes for you to respond to any perceived problem. When you see a problem on the road, there's an image that forms in the back of the eye. That has to be transmitted along nerves to the middle part of the brain. Then from the middle part of the brain, it gets projected to the back part of the brain where you actually perceive visual stimuli. Then that gets projected to an area in the front part of the brain that controls your muscle movement. Then from there, it gets transmitted down through the spinal cord into the nerves in your leg, and then down to your foot and the muscles in the foot. And all that is the transmission time from the back of the eye to your foot is what we call reaction time.
During that whole 3/4 of a second, you're still going 20 miles an hour. Car's not slowing down or speeding up. So that amounts to 3/4 of a second for about 20 miles an hour. That's a little over 22 feet. That's about 3 parking spaces. But then you put the brakes on, and then you've got to decelerate the rest of that distance. So how far is that going to be? How far do you think it takes to slow down from 20 miles an hour to come to a complete stop? If you're going 20 miles an hour, under best circumstances, it takes about 20 feet to come to a halt. So that amounts to about 22 or so feet for you to realize you need to stop. That is this reaction time distance. And then another 20 feet for you actually to do the braking. So that's a little over 42 feet that you're going to travel just when you're going 20 miles an hour. Suppose you go twice that fast. Suppose you up your speed to 40 miles an hour. Okay? What do you think the stopping distance is going to be now?
If you double your driving speed, how much more time would you need in order to stop?
About twice as much.
Twice as much time?
Not quite, but hey, this is physics. So let's ask our expert.
The distance that you're going to travel has to do with the energy your car has. And the energy depends on the square of how fast you're going. If you're going twice as fast, you have twice squared, or 4 times as much energy, and you go 4 times as far stopping. So 20 feet for 20 miles an hour. At 40 miles an hour, 4 times as far, you go about 80 feet coming to a halt. Just to put it all together, let's go ahead and add all those reaction time distances. If you're going 20 miles an hour and it takes 3/4 of a second for your reaction time, we found that you went about 22.5 feet. If you're going faster, you're traveling a greater distance during those reaction times too. So if we add them all together, here's what the numbers look like.